Hi guys, Jay Smith here, down at Bray Golf Range in Suffolk. Off the back of my most recent video, the custom fitting one, where I asked you how can you get custom fit only using a 7-iron, because that's what's about nowadays. There's nothing else other than 7-irons. So it's an interesting one. I'll put a little card up on the whichever way it is, yeah, so you can have a look if you want to. But first, watch this one and go and have a little look at that. Because off the back of that one, there were some questions asked about lie angle and how much lie angle makes a difference if you're heel down, toe up, toe down, heel, whatever it'll be. How much that difference makes shot shape wise and necessarily something else which we'll get to. And what we're going to do, we're going to use ping today. All these lovely new 425 heads. And why am I going to use ping? Because ping, wonderful as they are, supply us with all the different lie angle with heads, multiples of different lie angles for easy fitting. So I'm going to do a green head, and green is 2 degrees upright, I'm 2 degrees upright. I'll go to an orange, which is 2 degrees flat also. I'll put it up on the screen. And then I'll go to something like a silver for like ultimate upright. But anyway, we'll have a little look. We'll go have a little play. I'll get the camera set up because there's a couple of little things I want to make sure I say before we continue doing this. So we have to do a few shots. So let's go get the camera and let's go explain how it works. So guys, now at the hitting area, I still have to sort out this mat before we all open up again when it comes to the old lockdown, UK lockdown. So, probably going to go big round, octagon. Comment below, what shape shall I make it? Anyway, lie angle. So, a couple of things you have to think about when it comes to lie in an arena such as this when it comes to fitting. There's 2 different types of lie fitting. One mainly is for better players and like tour-alike, because they make contact with this thing, the golf ball, first, and then the floor after. So their quality of strike is so much better, or is so good, that you're not looking at how the sole is interacting with the ground. You're necessarily trying to die in trajectory, because as you change lie angle, it changes where this looks. I'll go get the pointer. Back, right, got the pointer. So basically that sticks on the face, so you can see. So as this hopefully should be pointing at you, as I move the golf club this way and that way, yeah, now obviously I'm not twisting the face open and close, I'm literally just tipping the club like this. More loft, the more it moves. Yeah, that kind of idea. So it is very important that we make sure that we get lie angle right for the high handicapper or the golfer which generally tends to interact too much with this and not enough of this. Because if you're going to hit the ground before the golf ball, manufacturers make soles of golf clubs, and in ping, generally speaking, there's quite a lot of bounce. They're quite high compared to the likes, say, of Mizuno. So manufacturers are putting help in the bottom of these soles, nice thick soles for game improvement irons, to try and resist this digging if you're going to hit the ground fractionally early, shall we say. But that only works if the whole of the sole is hitting the ground. If you're toe deep or toe up, heel deep, you're going to have some face twist because of ground interaction. Now, there's 2 things when it comes to that one. On this mat that we're going to be hitting here, I'm going to do the data set in a sec, but this mat that we have is generally quite bouncy, it's quite loose. The whole idea of a mat like this for me when it comes to coaching is that if you're going to hit a heavy shot, if you're going to hit or have an issue with hitting the ground early, your low point control, I want to make sure we pick it up. I don't want a really hard mat that we generally speaking have out on ranges, because they're confidence inspiring. You can actually go down to the range, hit the ground before the golf ball every single time, your whole session, but it effectively kind of bounces the club into the golf ball goes in the air, and you think you've done a really good practice session, when effectively you've just hit 100 golf balls bouncing the club into the ground and into the golf ball. So we don't want to see that here. That's why we have a really bouncy, it's not really bouncy, but it allows the club to go into the ground if you're going to hit the ground early. That's what I like from a coaching point of view, because quad will see that straight away as a high strike. So you're not going to get the ground interaction, the resistance that you would do here, that you will on a golf course. Our golf course in the winter time, the ground is really soft. The club's going to go into the ground and not be resisted too much by the fact that you're, I say, toe deep. In the summertime though, when the ground is hard, and it's very, very hard. The toe's going to come down if you're, let's say, toe deep. The toe's going to come down, hit the ground, and it's going to want to resist. The ground is going to resist the club going in, it's going to twist it open. So not only with the toe deep, remember we did with the little thing I just threw down there, if the toe deep, the handle's raised, it's pointing off to the right, what's going to happen when that hits the ground? It's going to twist it open, hit it out further to the right. So in this data set that we're going to do, we're not really going to see twists through ground interaction because of the quality of the mat. But we should still see what happens to ball flight because of where that loft is pointing. And remember, this is as best possible situations you're ever going to get. When you go out on golf course, especially in the summertime with that hard ground, that's when you're going to see, if you've got a lie issue and you're hitting the ground a little bit early, that's when you're going to see really bad face twists as well as loft issues, because that's where the face is pointing. Anyway, right, let's go get dots on these new G425 heads and let's go get hitting, and then we'll go to the FSX PC and show you exactly, after hitting a load of shots, not just one or two, but a load of shots, what the averages are when you start hitting with different lie angles. Now, a little thing to say, at the very start of the video I said there was going to be a silver. Unfortunately we haven't got a silver, we've only got a white, which is 3 degrees up. Although when we do the white, so I'll do the Perfecto now, and then when we do the upright one, which will be after this, I'll just have to, shall we say, drop the hands a little bit when it comes to dynamically. I'm a skilled pro, I should be able to do this no problem, but we'll see when it comes to the FSX stuff afterwards. So let me get hitting, let's go hit a load of shots, flick over, load of shots, flick over, load of shots, FSX, that idea. Let's go. Right, that's a load done with the greeny green, should be perfect. Let's go swap over to the white one now, when I'm gonna have to drop my hands a little bit through impact to see how the upright one gets on. Remember guys, we've got quad on the deck here, and the quad is measuring lie angle dynamically through impact because of the quadrascopic cameras. Don't use a lie board. The problem with lie boards are, one, because of this situation, because people rotate the face, if you keep the shaft exactly straight and just rotate the face, if you close it, you can see how dynamic lie is getting lower and lower and lower. That's the problem, you kind of get the situation of where you have that. Yeah, so if you deliver on a lie board and it's fractionally shut, that will show as toey, as toe deep. You might have been absolutely smack on lie, but if you twisted the golf club, slightly toe, yeah. So there's multiple different ways of reading it properly. I would always stick to HMT if you can have it. It doesn't have to be quad, it can be GC2 HMT, but it's got to be, in my view, head measuring technology. If you're going to use tape, make sure you go through a bucket ton of it to make sure that you capture the information when the face is exactly square to your intended shot shape. There you go. Anyway, let's go hit this a bunch of times now with the upright one. Drop the hand a little bit through delivery. Only's got me to do a degree, so anyway, let's go give this a go, hit a load of shots, and we'll go to the flat one. I need to go to the gym. Right, let's go flick over to the flat one and hit the last batch of shots. So now with the orange, which is 2 degrees flat. So remember, this is 4 degrees flat for me because I'm 2 degrees upright. So seeing the white with its extra degree and then delivering, well, we'll find out. I'm feeling lower handle just by a bit to see that slightly more upright. That doesn't look nowhere near as wacko as this. I mean, this looks like the toe is it's buried in the ground already. This looks strange. So anyway, let's go hit a bunch of these and let's go see how this looks when it comes to the lie numbers. Wow, this looks flat. I really need to go to the gym. So, after hitting all those, God, look at the mat coming off the club. So let's go get the cameras all set up now, go get them changed so you can see the FSX PC. Let's go see how all the data set's done. I don't know yet. God, I'm tired. I need to get fit. So we're at the FSX PC now, moved the cameras. I've had a chance to catch my breath. I was so unfit. I'd never used to be that bad. Oh, I need to get back to the gym, do some walking or something. Anyway, let's go to the comparison data between all the shots I've hit. Now, to remind you guys, I did one with a perfect, one with a 2 degrees upright. I am 2 degrees upright as a standard. I did have it in the, so before anyone goes on about the shaft thing, I had it in the KBS Tour 120 stiff. I am the dollar taper 120 stiff as a normal rule. That's what I've got in my clubs. If you look at the bend profile, I'll see if I can find it up on there. I'll put up on there. If you look at the bend profile, they are basically exactly the same. They're same weight, same length, same bend profile. They are the same. So nothing to do with lie, it's anything to do with the shaft. Right, got that one sorted out first. It won't make no difference anyway because I'm not shaft sensitive, but I've said that loads of times. So let's get started. I'll put all the gumph up on there in comparison format. I have got obviously lots and lots of data. I think I hit in total about 25 shots, I think, with each one, so 75 in total, hence why I'm a little bit better now. But I'll put all the information up there in compare format, so yeah, it doesn't confuse anyone. Right, so we'll do ball data first. Yeah, we'll do ball data first. So on the G425 flat first, 118.5 miles an hour ball speed, 17.7 launch, spinning at basically near on 6,000 and 164, there we go. And you can see the flights over there. And for the G425 upright, yeah, we're looking at 118.4, launching at 18.2, spinning at 6.3. I don't understand necessarily why it's spinning a fraction more. We're talking 400 and something RPM, I think. So I don't, yeah, it's such a small amount. It's me. And then we're going at 162, 4 yards difference. So let's go have a look at the G425 Perfect. If it's perfect or not, we don't know. But we're looking at 119 miles an hour. 19 degrees of launch, 5.9 spin, and then 166 carry. So that is within reason. I can't really pull apart too much of those. More to the point, can you see the dispersion up on the top right hand side? That will give you some idea as to where they've gone. The blue is the perfect, the white is the upright, so blue should go straight, the white should go left because that's where the loft is pointing, and then the orange should go right. Now remember guys, when it comes to looking at the club head data, which you can see there, I am more upright than zero. So if I'm going equidistant within reason, either way, I'm going to show more going to the right than I am going left because I'm further up on the scale, the upright. The upright side doesn't bother me because that's where I am at zero, but the flat ones bother me. If you look at the strike is within reason spot dead on comparative to everybody else. Let's go look at the information there. We've got head speeds all along basically 89 miles an hour. There's not that much difference between all of them, 0.3. And then you've got 26, 25.6 and 25.7 of dynamic loft. So we're not changing loft, it's just where that loft is pointing because of the lie issue. We're looking at 4.2 when it comes to dynamic lie on the flat. We're looking at basically 2 degrees and 0 when it comes to the perfect and the upright. I remember M2 degrees. You go 4 degrees upright, that's 2 degrees when it comes to this. And if you then go 2 degrees flat, that's 4 degrees more flat than I am. That's why it shows up. So I'm bang on what the fit of my normal spec is. If you look at the lie angle, and look the face angle on here, so there is one thing I wanted to say on the face angle. The quad is measuring loft of where the loft is pointing. So if you have a 0, 0 face, so path 0, face 0, but then you tilt it like that, and remember when it comes to the toe down or the flatness, that has a lot more effect on me because I'm already slightly upright. So you put a flat head, that's really, yeah. And it's measuring the fact that that loft is already open because of the lie angle. So even though the upright and the perfect aren't far off at all, I'm very close, remember, to where they are as a natural rule anyway, at only 2 degrees, is effectively 4 degrees the other way for the flat. That's why there's so big a difference when it comes. And remember, on this mat, we're not really noticing any drag. With me being 4 degrees toe down in the summer, that is going to catch the turf and the turf is going to resist the toe, and that is going to want to basically drag it through and open it up even further. These are already very right, very right. How far are they? See if I can find out how much right they are. The flat, I was on average 16 yards right. I'm not happy with 16 yards. 16 yards offline is so bad, and that's on average. Everything's going, generally speaking, right. I would have to aim quite a bit left, or the worst case scenario you can do is further twist the face. If you twist the face, remember what I was saying before, twisting it shut adds a little bit more dynamic lie toe down. The more the toe down goes down, the more the loft looks right. The more you twist it, the worse it gets. It's a vicious circle. Make sure you get custom fit. This is one of the biggest gains I get when it comes to individuals that are poor lie. If they're poor lie because their swing dynamics is terrible, then yes, let's fix the swing. And there's custom fit once the swing has physically been fixed. If their swing is just normal, they're not huge inefficiencies, but they are slightly out on lie, well, that's what custom fitting is for. It's what part of custom fitting is for, to make sure you get the lie angle which is suited to your delivery. Remember guys, when it comes to these pings have that little notch in the back, that ugly notch in the back, to be able to change lie. They're one of the only manufacturers of cast equipment that you can bend to the excessive amounts that you can. Generally speaking, when it comes to cast, you can move them maybe a degree or 2 before they start going dink and you end up with a shaft in one hand and a head in the other. It's normally forged, which is allowed to move, but yeah, that's why we've done that's why we've done it with pink, because they give us an array of different lie angles, which allows us to test this. So make sure you get tested. Don't be tested on a lie board. If you can help it, if you have to be tested on a lie board, there is no other way of doing it. Make sure that you hit, when you go through your test on a lie board, use as many pieces of tape as you deem necessary to get a clean strike, and also having the ball go towards target with a clean strike on your intended target. If you're pulling them or anything else like that, changing face direction, that's going to be messing around with dynamic lie. If you hit shots in your fitting and then on that day you're pulling everything left, closing the club face down, you're going to be fitted potentially for a lot more upright set than you actually are. So make sure that, and remember, if you can do it on quad, just makes it so much easier. Anyway, hope that explains a little bit how much difference lie can make. Makes a massive difference. Hope you liked it. If you did, one of those, little down there, like button, that's great. Next to it, little red button, subscribe. If you can subscribe, that'd be brilliant. Next to the subscribe button, little bell. If you click that one, that'll let you know next time I upload another video. So I hope you're well, and we'll see you again soon.